Hey there, Taurus. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe, ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share. Get the word out to your friends and your family, because each person levels up. It makes our world bold, bright, beautiful, and better because you are in it. Also, be sure to leave your comments down below so I can get to know the other side of the story and find out what is going on with you. But for now, Taurus, you tell me you're tired of things being the old way and you're ready to have some fun. Take a look. That's all we have to go on so far, but I see you diving right on in. Ready to feel good. You were telling me a bit as I was shuffling and preparing the decks that you know what you like when it comes to love. And I'm like, okay. So let's get on in here and find out what is going on. I'm feeling a bit of the cosmic tarot coming our way. All right. We're not going to look at that yet because it fell face down that way. Let's get a few more. Okay. Yeah, you're pretty decisive, pretty sure. I want two more, please, for Taurus here. I heard ya. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, 9 of Wands. You're like, you need to level up to come close to me. You're like, I'm not putting up with ego. I'm not putting up with issues. You're like, Taurus, you're saying nobody's going to disturb my peace. They're not coming in, tearing up my house and ruffling up my house, because I've put my house at peace. I've put my house in order, and I know how I like to live and what brings in my goal, what brings in my destiny and causes me to thrive and flourish. We have a visitor.
Hey, so the other day, my mom did a segment on like
peek on in. This is my
men
son,
and all
Gray.
this other stuff. So
Hey there.
I have a couple questions for the viewers, and this is just personal. I want to see other people's opinions on this. What is y'all's opinion on men that date women that are like 20 years younger than them?
Oh my.
What would be y'all's opinion on that? And same thing with the women. Like,
oh my.
What would be it for like a 48-year-old woman to date like a 20, 22, 23-year-old guy?
Uh-oh.
Like, just, I mean, even 20.
Uh-oh.
You know, I kind of just want to, like, oh.
Sounds like there's some undergird going on,
Yeah.
Taurus. You got all
Lord.
sorts of stuff going on. You said you had your ideas about love, so there's something coming in and talk about a ripple and a rock
to see from,
in
like, societal
the boat.
perspective kind of thing.
Definitely
So,
feel free
get
to
on
leave
there.
your comments down
Thank
below
you.
so we can find out more about that, and I will get the word back to him. Okay? It's something we talk about often around here because we live near the beach, and you know, our world has come to a place now where women are also often dating people significantly younger than them. It's about that spiritual matchup, that spiritual aligning. Look at this. Know thyself. And it's about knowing your energy and what you've come through in life and what you have come to value and appreciate. That's where we should be aligning on, is those values, those haves and have-nots. Like you're like, I will not have anyone rippling my peace, taking my peace. Because to you, that's central to your pleasure here, Taurus. So thank you for entertaining those questions, all right? So, and for any of you wondering, my son is 20, about to be 24. So he may be asking for personal reasons. I do not know. But anyways, there's the Queen of Wands walking into this read. And this one's wanting to stay face down for just a minute. This is that secret card. No, I'm not looking. See, it's back behind me. But it's like, keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. It must be like a grand finale, like a cherry on top of the Sunday, but it's coming in under the Magician. So we have the Magician. Now, how do we do this? Let me move on back. Oh, look at there. All right. So we have the Magician, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Queen of Wands. And you're talking about know thyself, know your sexual power. You're talking about some Mars going on right now, that going in deeper, going in longer and stronger. And I'm not talking about what you think I'm talking about. You're talking about with yourself, these love connections, not just about holding on out of convenience, but also not letting go out of discomfort or fear of what could be. And you're like, ding, 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 joy. What could be? What pleasure could come in? You're like, I have worked and walked this path so long, the Four of Wands is just about me. But I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm like, how do I know? You're like, how do you know? How do you know? Look at me. Look at how long I've practiced. I've become beautiful. I've become astute. I've become fantastic at my dance and diviningness and moving all along. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because look, you've opened a halo way out here off on the side. And you sent that messenger bird out with a message because your heart is defying you. It is saying something totally altogether different. And this bird is coming back in to bring in a message. So let's take a peek and find out what that is. We're going to look at the runes. Okay, runes, talk to us about this Four of Wands. Ooh, and there are blossoms on your path. Talk about some dogwood, some resurrection power. For some of you, that's a relationship becoming reestablished on a firm foundation, not just out of a need or a greed. And that doesn't mean greed like money, but that means want to, have to, that type of energy. But it coming in, ooh, some of you is with an Aries. I see Aries jumping all up in here. You talk about fire for your earth, Taurus. I feel you. You're right there. Interesting. So we have strength coming in. Take a look. Talk about open wide, opening that gate up, opening the portal to love. You're like, more than I ever could imagine. I'm like, yes, Taurus, yes, come on, more than you could ever imagine. Stretch, grow, reach. And that's what you're doing here. You've already been doing it even without your knowledge. You have had your permission, and it's been happening without your knowledge. And you're like, that's all right. My body and my soul are believing for it. We'll overrule my mind. And she is like, please do. This is your soul on fire, baby. She's like, I am driving the cart, so I have the power. She gave her permission, just so you know. So new beginnings plus growth and change equals humility and service and firm principles. So humility isn't this all fawning and fumbling around and folding your hands and not knowing yourself and squandering and wandering and quandaries and all that kind of stuff. It is bold. It is confidence. It is actually know thyself. Humility is knowing who you are, where you come from, and where you're going in life. You're very connected to who you are. The earth under your feet is your postage stamp. It is your property. It is your home. That everywhere you go, you are at home with yourself, okay? When you're at that level of peace with yourself, anything can come in, and you're wanting to trust yourself here, but you're not so sure, so you're pointing now to this queen and you're saying let her speak because she seems to know. So let me take a closer look at her. What do you seem to know? Ooh, Cupid's arrow is aiming for your mind, and you're like, I know he's there, I know she's there, because the queen is one of action. Okay, guys, ladies, whoever's here watching, this is about the action in love, about taking that divine action of your soul, because you're like, I know what my soul wants and I'm ready to have it now. That's that gate opening up right here. That's the now. But Cupid's arrow is taking aim at you at love, and it's making me think very much of the thinking man that comes forth from this deck, about the divine union that you are. They're talking about they desire connection with you because you are connected with yourself, because they're like, well, you already have a majority. If two parts of yourself are on page with each other, it's saying that's more than most. But imagine when you give your final permission, which is what we'll find out back over here at the Magician. Okay, that's what that secret is that's waiting. But for now, it is, ooh, fragrant and sweet. Talk about some primrose power, but there's a little bit of impatience going on. Impatience with the unfolding of the time, the unfurling of the mystery. It's like there are things yet to be seen, yet to be known, and they're saying, let your hair down. I would, but okay. Well, let's just join in. Let's just join in with this divine circle, y'all. There we go. There's me in all my glory. So we'll just listen to this Queen of Wands right here, and we're going to let our hair down. Y'all, it's a whole lot of craziness going on. For whatever, I love you people. This is about energy channels, and I'm someone that I believe that if you're going to say it, you're going to do it, all right? So we're on board here about being impatient is being uptight, pent up, let your hair down, let loose a little, have a little fun, and that's what you were telling me before we even began. They're like, have a little fireworks, taste a little bit of your dark moon Lilith, a little bit of that dark side, and see what your spirit is made of and what makes you soar, what cuts your fire on, what brings out your glory, your magic, your divineness, your connection to the lower chakras, the power of the earth, and bringing in, it's like it sheds off the weightiness that once held you, and it exalts you, and it lifts you up, and it brings the strength of the earth back into your legs and feeds into you. So it's about an empowering connection. So it's about equanimity, Remember, it is the Four of Wands, seeing and being seen, loving and being loved. It brings in a lot of balance and it puts away the chaos, the arc of chaos. And that's an ARC. Old promises that were broken. Okay, so friend, let's see. What does she need me to say? All right, Queen, where are we at? Where are we at? So the Pitmen. Let's get in with the Queen of Wands and the Pitmen for a minute. Okay, talk about the Nine of Spades. So why is it interesting like this? I hear, lay down, Sally. Why'd you leave so soon? I've been waiting all night long just to talk to you. Give it a chance. The sweetness, the honey, the pollination, the connection. It's like, don't ditch out when someone comes over to talk to you. When someone's trying to communicate with you, give them an opportunity, okay? Don't just run away. So there's a little bit of, remember the mind of the Queen. She's saying your mind will play tricks on you. And you'll just go ditching out thinking that you know what's coming in, what's going on. Letting the logic kind of play you for a fool a little bit. It's like, I don't know, let me get on out of here, let me see. But there's some sweetness here. It's not about getting stung by the bee. It's about the pollinating by the bee. And I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. That's up to you, whatever you're thinking. But what I mean here is that connection that brings about the sweetness, all right, that gives it a little bit of time, that takes it back, lets it cultivate, lets it marinate in the mind. So just let each meet and greet, each opportunity be exactly what it is, and give it a little time. Not like this connection of the mind turning of like, what do they mean, what do they say, what's happening, how's this fit together, how's this fit in, no. And that's what you're telling me in the beginning, is you know what you like and love. That was you operating in logic, because the strength came in talking about stretching and growing. Okay, and here she was putting out in the back of her mind, which is Black Moon Lilith, the unconscious, the Pluto energy, which is your power, and then your Queen, that Black Moon Lilith, and that unconscious is looking straight at us saying, give love a chance. Give love a chance to make peace with you, to make the fireworks, to awaken what has been suppressed, oppressed, and depressed in you for so long. Those lower chakras are so full that they haven't been lit up in a while. I mean, talk about some reserves, and you're talking about reservations. Your reservations, and that doesn't mean you meet for dinner. That means you like, I don't know. And they're like, let those reservations go, okay? So give love a chance to make peace with you. Let it flow. Let it go. And let's take a little overview peek at what we have going on here with this undercard that's been hiding, ready to take a peek. Ooh! It's an inverted Three of Cups. Talk about some unctuousness. Talk about warming you up. Talk about awakening the lower chakras, because that's what's really going on here. Is that to rule out over your head, and not to lose your sensibility or your sense of thinking, but to awaken and allow your sense of play, your sense of fun, your sense of diving in and taking that chance on love. And it's not like a blind chance. You can tell they've gone out to where the water is deeper. Can you see that in the card? See how the water is darker there? It's deeper, because we know you don't dive off into the shallow, diving blind, diving stupid, diving ridiculous. We ain't all ridiculous up in here. We're following the truth. We're taking it easy. We're coming in, and we're allowing the sweetness to lead us along, to bring us out of that reservation, all right? And that's the awakening here. And let's talk about this love, this passion, this connection that can move mountains, because this is a divine union. This is not like a Three of Cups where there's somebody else involved. There are other things going on. These two only have eyes for each other, and even though they're not looking at each other, it's coming from the back of the head and the throat. Your unconscious, remember that we were talking about Black Moon Lilith up here? Do you see all that? That has to do with this region of the mind. Look, that was what you were opening, the halo, the crown chakra that you were opening with your life, with your legs. You're like, with my whole self. Well, look here. That's the part of yourself that you're affording this person into their truth, into their sacred hollow, because they are a person of integrity. This person that you connect with, male or female, whoever you are, Taurus, you're this person in this role, okay? So we're going to follow along with that, but you trust this person with your whole self. Like, they got your back. That's what it means. They got your back. They're not going to let you slip, let you fall. They're also not going to hover over you like a helicopter and busy you with their mindset of who you are. They're simply availing themselves and their power to who you are. Now we closing it. Look at that. They're like, I'll be your hindsight, baby. I got that for you. And it's someone who y'all finish each other's sentences, not interrupting. It's this flow and this giddiness, kind of like a Jack and Diane type of song, you know? It's like someone got their hand in your pocket and you just walking along, strolling, having a good time, that strong connection going on here. But it's a divine dance. It's each person knowing their role and their measure of how it works together into this beautiful symphony, because there is no competition. I know it's this way, but it's this way now because you're all open, your throat's all open, and you're relaxing, you're letting the peace, the flow, you're letting it come on in and warm you up again. See these cups overflowing? This is a divine union going on here, and this is the pleasure, the wetness, the dripping of the, what are those? The waterfalls cascading all down through the waterfalls of the heart. That's something that can't be forced or fabricated. This is something of your human nature that's coming forth. That when this occurs, when that occurs, it is the true, the whole self, mind, body, and soul, feeling comfortable, feeling safe, feeling loved, and allowing yourself to love and be loved. That person allowing themselves to love and to be loved. That is when it becomes the full circle. That's when it becomes the whole element. And you talk about some personal training. Each of y'all have had some devising and some training of yourself, of moving and shaping yourself in the way you want to grow, along with your nature of who you are. Okay? So let's take a peek. I do want to get a mystical moment for you guys. And then we're going to get a pearl to head us out of here. Okay? So we're getting a mystical... Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? It's a talk about a partnership. Talk about it. Talk about it. You talk about you're like, well, good thing that I can trust them with this, because I got a lot of this going on, Taurus. You've been saving up for a long winter. Look at that. Look at that. So it's erupting and awakening. It's devising and divining. It's coming in your ideas of knowing that the love could be that genuine. You're like, well, I'd hoped and I'd dreamt, but I kept that to myself because long ago people told me it was stupid. They told me it would never happen, that I need to just accept, tolerate, and things like that. And you're like, but something about that didn't sit quite right with my heart, didn't sit quite right with my spirit, my passion. So I always kept this secret idea for myself that this was possible. And now you're glowing up. This is like when your sun and your moon align. That's when these divine connections occur. That's when this synergy comes forth, and you align with people who are whole, because you are whole. And now you take that and you usher it into this day or night. You can take flight. And see these gossamer wings. They're coming from heavenly strings, and these are strings of the heart. So your heart is on board with what is going on here. So you have this Trinity divinity going on. It's mind, body, and soul, and not just yours, but yours, as you can see on this card, coming in, just picking off the edges, another one showing up, coming in with another. All right? Talk about some sweet music, Taurus. I'm on board with you. I'm on board with you. Because I got to take this message in too, because my moon and my Mars, they're kissing, they're touching right up on each other, and they're smack dab in Taurus' 5th house. All right, they're like, Joy, you're not getting away on this one. It's you too, girl. And I'm like, okay. So there's a pearl over here, and this one has been sitting off, pushing the whole time. So we're taking the one on the top, y'all. Ooh, you're going to be like, yes, Lord. Open my doors. Open the door to love, the door to value. So this divine connection and this energy finally being allowed to be a truth and to come forward into your world, this magic that happens, this ancient pyramid, the opening up and the connection going on, allows you to flow freely, no longer having to go through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the power to the pity. And it doesn't mean pity in the mind. Pity is powerlessness, feeling like you can't do anything about it. So no longer having to ride those ebbs and flows, ridges and waves, because one thing is coming into this divinity, Trinity, right, is a staying power and abiding, a holding, a stability, which creates manifestation. And you're like, that is what opens the door. Oh, look at this. So look at that. It's like these two channels, whoa, comes, and it causes the doors to open. And then here's the golden channel rising back up to fill into divine out. Ooh, 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 ooh. Talk about the pump of love, Taurus. I love it. I hope you do too. Remember to leave your comments down below so I can find out what's going on the other side of that screen in your life. Also, give it the big thumbs up if you haven't already and share with those you know. It helps the channel grow. It's Joyce saying I love you. Bye.